The foundation election has already been laid. Please come forward, sir. This is Apoki. Urhobo, ọ̀rẹ́ mi gbogbo, ọ̀rẹ́ mi na donation, ọ̀rẹ́ mi na tẹ́tàkà ti Apoki, ẹ̀yà ti Apoki jìnnà, ẹ̀yà ti Apoki jìnnà. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Standing on existing protocols, Mr. Chairman, President General, our visitors, traditional rulers, chiefs, I salute you. Hi, it's on for me. Ìṣèkiri dédé mo kí o. Ẹnẹ́sù, Urhobo wa dùn. I'm so glad to address you. In fact, I want to thank the leadership of the Urhobo Progress Union for extending an invitation for me to speak in this unique occasion. This is my second time of handling this responsibility to my nation. I played this same role in 2015 during this same occasion. In fact, I left here directly to Apoki for the burial ceremony of my mother-in-law, just as I will leave here for another state to give another lecture. I am a full-blooded Urhobo man. My father is from the Rama family of Otokutu, from where the Shagbolos of Opagwe hail maternally. My father's mother is from Sokolo and Ufoma. I was born in Egogode, in Ufoma. My mother is from the Agbemre family of Alaka, a Bronto, paternally, and from Owo, in Olomu, maternally. My uncles there are David Owanubuko Idede and Ireru. In fact, when the delegation that wanted to visit Temi Ejo at Umuahia came to Abia State, they left my house to Umuahia. I am married to Chikono Digofia's granddaughter from Apoki, one of the first rich men to build a story building in Urhobo land. Her mother's father is Chief Idogi from the Okunu family of Apoki, and they own a large part of Apoki. It is important to state this fact because I answer a name that can be misconstrued. Apoki. One day I went for Urhobo Ministers Forum. They were looking at me as a suspect. I am an Urhobo man. I have a great stake in the Urhobo nation. What is repositioning? Repositioning is an outcome of an in-depth review of your former mindset, attitudes, and dispositions to issues. It's a paradigm shift. Mr. Chairman, sir, I must congratulate you that you started on time and that this place is orderly. The reports I have from Europe and several places is that when UPU state that they are having a meeting at Cisco time, they will be 2 hours late. And it is this hall will be full if Urhobo youths come here, Urhobo children come here. So we have a disposition that has set people of decency away from us. Gamale will know so they will be punctual. Ejo will be punctual. And so, if we do not remove some of these things by reviewing our attitude, we can't prosper. And I'm so glad at your orderliness and even the sound system. The last time I came here in 2015, the sound system was disgusting. And as I was talking, people were moving up and down. And it is common in Urhobo community meetings, in any Urhobo meeting. As one person is talking, the other person is talking. And you can't attract decent people to your meetings. I was speaking in Urhobo when the NPDC consulted me to give lectures on alternative sources of wealth in oil-producing communities. One small, dirty boy that I could have taught in secondary school, I was speaking. He stood up and expressed his anger. You don't do that in a community that wants to progress. That same NPDC, I'm sorry to say, our Ishekiri brothers are here. All the communities I went to give the lecture, people were behaving as if they must die today. And we got to one meeting in Warri, and I said, this is the most orderly meeting I have spoken to. One elegantly dressed man, chief, he said, we are Ishekiri. And then somebody just stood up. Why is there no table here? When they asked him, which local government are you from? He called one of the local government. So if we are here, I have a friend, he has body odor. And I've been bearing him for years. One day I called him and said, come, I don't wear the same singlet twice. I don't wear the same pants twice. If I'm going to speak, I take my bath. After I'm speaking, I take my bath. Before I eat, I take my bath. And I perfume myself. I said, go home, buy a consultant, buy a perfume, and use. He went home and told his wife. His wife said, only God will bless Dr. Apoki. The woman has been bearing the body odor, but he can't stop, she can't tell the husband. I am a medical doctor by training. This is 40 years I've been a medical doctor. And good diagnosis is a prerequisite for good treatment. And so we're going to stay here and diagnose some of our issues. And I'm going to operate surgically. And after operating surgically, I might do some chemotherapy and radiotherapy to remove some cancerous materials from our attitude as Urhobo people. Your attitude determines only by 25%, I mean your aptitude. We have enumerated so many things about Urhobo nation. That is our aptitude, our potential. But that only contributes 25% to the altitude you will reach. Your attitude contributes 75%. And so, if we must prosper, we must have somebody that can tell us the truth. If you like, kill me and my people kill me. If you like, abuse me. If you like, tell me that I'm not dressed well. You know I don't wake up, my head too big. Only me and they abuse myself. So, I just pray that you don't get offended. What is prosperity? It is an all-encompassing improvement evidenced by flourishing. So when you have improvement in all aspects, it shows by flourishing. We can therefore be looking at it to change the way we do things in order to flourish. The Jews, before the Second World War, were treated like the wretched of the earth, wherever they were in Europe and America. If you read the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, you will see that their lawyers were treated as second-class lawyers, even though they were very brilliant. In some cities in Europe where they lived, they were living in restricted areas, and they prepared meals from the part of the animals that the pure Europeans did not want. They were accused of anything. If there was a fire in any place in America or in Europe, the Jews were accused. This culminated in Hitler's decision to exterminate them, that they were not of pure blood. And then the Holocaust took place, and several millions of Jews were killed. A time came in 1948, after the rebirth of the nation of Israel, sponsored by the Rothschild family. They made a statement, never again, never again, never again. And today, the Jews have won 42% of the Nobel Prizes in the world, a small population. Today, they are 0.05% of the total land mass of the Middle East. They have not been conquered by the Arab nations, even during the Yom Kippur War. So, the Bible says that above all else, I wish that thou mayest prosper and be in good health. It has not come to pass in every person's life. So, prosperity is not a wish. It is an intentional effort. You don't prosper by praying. You don't prosper by fasting. You don't prosper by sowing seeds. I'm a clergyman. As we African clergymen are deceiving you. We will send calendar to you to protect you while you are using bulletproof cars. Prosperity is intentional. I am who I am now because my father was intentional. And the revelation has to be intentional. If not, we will just come here but before I continue, something tragic happened. I know we have observed 1 minute silence. The President General of Okwama died in military detention. And it would be evil if we are celebrating here without making a specific mention of the death of the President General of the Urhobo nation in the hands of the military, not the police. Something is wrong. And I will say some of those things as I go on. At one time, the highest ranked Urhobo man in the Urhobo District Council, where my father worked from November 15, 1947 to 1973 as a refuse collector, was a messenger. Our leaders were told that it was because there were no educated Urhobo people to fill those positions. Let me also tell you something. This Fupri here, we needed a professor of metallurgy, of Urhobo extraction within C. Recently, they wanted to employ people. The Northerners came with PhD, came as professors. The Yorubas came as PhD, came as professors. The Urhobo boys came as graduate assistants. It must change. It must change. So, that time, Urhobos got angry. And that led to the death of Urhobo College. A strong quest for education for Urhobo sons and daughters took place, including my father. I live in Okere. I will go and watch television in another man's house. And then, because we are ill-mannered, after eating a brother stays till daybreak, they wear the white jacket. They use spoon to do the linen. Use hot water to consecrate them, baptize it in Bangasi. It comes to weapons of mass destruction. And when we sit down, we release that biological weapon. And because the nostrils of the rich are very sensitive, I don't come again. And they will drive us. Me with the strong face, I am the prime suspect. So I got angry, I went to meet my father. Papa, why we poor? He said, my son, I don't go to school. Say, but the school when you know go make you go. The school when I know go make you go. Or you go when I know please speak up. We are not rich. Carry the name go. I was in Europe 3 or 4 weeks back. I toured 5 European countries with my children. And one of my sons there is an orthopedic surgeon and a traumatologist. The other one has a PhD in computer science. He's married to a cardiologist. And I would tell my father, yesterday, the person who my father was detrimental to in the family hotel was in my house to consult me. And our children must be made to realize that without education, sound education, relevant education, that collective development levy and blocking oil company gates cannot take you far. Today, all the aspirations of our children is to do Yahoo Yahoo. It won't last. We will sell those buildings and sell those cars to people who are businessmen. So, our communities tax themselves to build colleges. More built Midwest College. College was built somewhere by somebody, Chief somebody else. Chief Ray opened GES. GES even produced a radio station in those days. I don't know who opened that but my principal, Chief Dimas, Honorable Apana, opened I opened my first hospital when I was 29. I was running a 40-bed hospital at the age of 26. You remain children for too long. Now, after the ascension of education, concurrently, Urhobo started defining their boundaries. It is only what is defined that can be refined. And so, there was the case of Samborius asserting his right over Hausa Quarter and Igudu Market. With apologies to our brothers, let's go to some history. There was the case of Samborius and Chignorego over a portion of that area. And then the Okumaba, Oki, Olodi families were winning court cases over portions of Warika that were assumed by others. Then, in my lifetime, Okumaba land was open, the Silean was open. As a child, such assertive victories gave me so much joy and a sense of pride. Because in the Okiri area where I grew up, and most of Warri, the word of Urhobo was a derogatory term to describe a man from our communities. Our founding fathers asserted and exerted themselves to bring parts of Urhobo that had been merged with Abo division. Urhobo, where Igori comes from, Ogarifia and all those were merged with Benin. We said, no! This is our land! And they were brought back. Now, the most disgusting thing recently, when I saw that Urhobo was made the 40th state of Biafra, it was to be believed by Gamas Zami. I'm an Igbo man spiritually, and Urhobo man physically. But when you put your finger too far into my nose, I will remove it. I made a post that Biafra Urhobo is not part of Biafra. We did not hold any meeting with you. You did not consult us before you put us there. Tragically, the people who attacked me were Urhobo people. Urhobo young men, Urhobo young women. Now, that is a spirit that we must remove from the Urhobo nation. We are Emori Yesan. We cannot be slaves in another country. The one we have suffered enough with all the oil wells, and no Urhobo man, no Urhobo king controls oil well, is enough. We cannot continue with that. We cannot continue to be second-class citizens with our population and our knowledge. There is a present-day timidity in Urhobo land that was not there when Urhobo was there, when Samuel was there, when Benjamin Okumaba and our ancestors were there. At this point, I want to acknowledge the spirit of assertiveness by some of our Urhobo youth about the Wado city. In as much as I acknowledge that whatever you do must be done within the law and good neighborliness. In Europe, in several nations, you can have your kitchen in one country and your bedroom in another country. So we can interrelate, but we know our boundaries. My father said that if they give you bread to cut, shift your hand very close to the person's hand until he tells you to go back. Today, many people are shifting their hands close to our hands, but not telling them to go back. It is sad. You can't prosper with timidity. So, the next thing is that the UPU presidency, it is not enough to stay in this hall and say we are not part of Biafra. There should have been a quick response immediately. The UPU is sometimes too slow. Our daughter was carried to the end of Kamu's palace. I had to call Ambata Komuke, senior advocate of Nigeria, then Vice President General. I said, are you aware our daughter from Bayelsa is in India's palace? What is UPU saying? If we must bring people to the UPU, we must show that we care for them and we must respond quickly. We must be assertive, if not, people will not respect us. Now, The next thing I want to talk about is that we must take ourselves seriously as UPU and as Urhobo people, particularly our leadership and our traditional rulers. The UPU leadership and our highly revered kings must not see themselves as an appendage of a political party. I was made the chairman of Urhobo to allow the PDP candidates to debate, and then the Urhobo nation will choose. We were not. I told them as chairman, we are not supposed to select any person or approve any person, because the 11 of them in PDP are our sons. I told them we will also bring APC, Labour Party, to debate with the PDP candidates so that the general population will choose. There's a habit in Urhobo people, we my people have. Any corner. Notice the kind of names we answer. Atamiyamu, Unurakoini, Unajomo, Akohomo. That bad belly corner. I was holding meeting with respectable people of Urhobo nation. I told them, don't endorse any candidate. Anytime you feel you have endorsed, we had always made a mistake. One thing got angry, and I resigned, and Majoro begged me, and I came back. On Sunday, when we were supposed to interview UPU President General made a post in Urhobo Voice that they have endorsed David Ededi. Sharif is from Osubi. My wife is from Apoki. My lawyer is his father's lawyer. Matthew Ededi is my classmate. He's uncle to David. Pella was my junior at government college. I was to be the Labour Party governorship candidate. I told them I was too old. Now, if you like, kill me. David and David lost the primaries. The sheriff that you did not endorse, you want to welcome him tomorrow. You know the shit. President General, don't look at me like that from my back. You can't do anything. The same sheriff, when you are not endorsed, you want to recognize him tomorrow. If you people call him and he doesn't pick your calls, it is because he is believing in the Boris slogan, Edemirukai. If Urhobo is a war, each of our sons and daughters should be equal in our sight. Not money. I remember what happened between Ibori and Kraga. Some of you know now, because I know you know what happened between Ibori and Kraga. Ibori is second in the mama. What kind of people are we? We must be men of value, women of value and dignity. Nobody will tell you, I will tell you. The UPU, I was proud as a medical student when Buhari, in his next advent, came to visit King Buhari in his palace, in company of Major General Ejo. I remember the day James Edewo brought Obemudia in 1971 to open his house in the pool. I remember how Messi Odibo mobilized Obemudia to build a new bridge. They were not leaders. That we are running to believe with hand in hand. When you know when we are you are working. The Edo State people invited me to speak during their governorship elections on good governance. And I told them, if the three governorship candidates are not speaking, none of them should speak, only me will speak. And I charged them $1,000 for the text minutes. They charge you and they beg, once I get here, a security men are waiting in the house to carry me to somewhere. No, I'm not to preach, I'm going to talk there. And I charge a beg to 1 million. Before I knew it, they smuggled that sweat in the Daniel's face into the poster. I Sunday. Remove that face immediately. If not on Monday, I return your 1 million to you. He started begging. Listen, our kings, UPU and Urhobo people, learn to assert yourself. If not, no person will take you seriously. If you use your Mercedes to carry firewood, the day somebody wants to carry a block, you come and beg you. The day Oshiba and Job came, we missed it. I was invited to that ceremony with a special card, but I never wanted my face to show in any video because I'm apolitical. The APC people, I don't know the organizers, they kept all our kings in PTI, waiting for Oshiba and Job. The Oshiba and Job went to the palace of our cousins and stayed there. Our kings were sweating. It's an insult. Before he came, Namani Sambo was to visit the Emir of Kano. By 11, he came by 2, and the Emir of Kano rebuked him. Who is Oshiba and Job compared to our kings? Major General Mujakweru was already a Major General when he was not a commissioner. We must learn to respect our kings, respect ourselves. All our kings are not gathered for Oshiba and Job to visit. He should have visited the king of Ubi, visited the king of Ubi, come to the Major General in Oduwe. As he's going, he will visit the Oduwe. From the Oduwe, as he's going, he will visit the Oduwe of Olonu. Then he will go to the Oduwe of Ubi kingdom. When sardines move, they move in a group. When a whale sees the sardines, because of the electromagnetic waves transmitted by the sardines, and because the whale has binocular vision, he will say, which big animal is this? And he will be afraid. Then the wasabi sardine will now separate itself, and then he will see, and then eat it. If Oshiba and Job had come to my king, Yakubaru, come to my king, king of Uye, gone to Okwe, gone to Ugeli, when he sees Urhobo, he will see Urhobo as a big nation that qualifies for who we are. And they want to allocate resources. They will allocate resources more than any other nationality that does not have the population we have. What did all our kings do in India? It must never happen again. In fact, we need to rebrand our kings, give them international visibility, repackage them. No. If our king is going to London and we receive him in London, we put it on social media, put it on television, then we know we have a king that came. Meanwhile, as he's coming, the other one is going to America. Am I talking to somebody? I don't know if the king of the Shekiri land was in Uganda. When he visited America, he need to see the reception. We must not treat our kings casually. It brings me to the issue of Okwana. The king of Okwana submitted himself to the military. I'm not sure if the Urhobo kings accompanied him there. I'm not sure if a group of senior advocates and radical lawyers followed him there. He went there with a new hope. And they handed my king from the police to the military. He's not a combatant. You can't court-martial him. He's a civilian. And he stayed there for a long time before Ebenezer Okorodudu, senator, and the rest people went to release him. And my king cried on television. I cried for the revolution. You can't even carry us at the Urhobo. You can't carry Tompolo. You can't go to what's the place? That place where the job king is. You cannot carry it. You dare not. We must never allow it again. We must assert ourselves. So, and the rest of them are still in detention. Even if you get an Urhobo lawyer now to go and defend them, you will charge them. That's how wicked and stupid we are. Urhobo APC, as at that time, must have learned how to package our things and present them in such a reasonable manner. Now, I want to return to the brickbat between President General and some other Urhobo leadership because of your visit to Okowa. You won't know you will say it home when I will receive. My name is Monica. I'm also something like that. Leadership must disarm, must flee from any resemblance of iniquity. If that mistake or whatever or misconception has been done, the response of the other Urhobo leaders to that issue is like I face me, I face you mentality. The releases you people made, the one you made, those ones be very disgusting. We are abusing each other, using derogatory terms. We need to set up a peace meeting after this convention between you and them to reconcile the Urhobo nation. If not, we can't move forward. I was looking at our logo. It's two lions facing each other. This spirit of quarrel, face me and face you, quarrel, and self annihilating spirit in the Urhobo nation must stop. What is the difference between a Cubo and Oto Egreko that you will be fighting over a dirty market? When the market they built for you, you refuse to go and occupy it because Ugeli is quarreling with Urhobo. Today is strangers that are living there. They wanted to build NNPC quarters in one Udu community. And they called me from NNPC Benin that they wanted to build quarters in one Udu community that has no oil. The other community that has oil said they must not build it there. And then NNPC, somebody called me from NNPC, that NNPC is thinking of carrying the project away. Like as we rejected Shell from Ugeli, and Shell went to Warri. They didn't take the house of an Urhobo man. They took the house of Masoji at Mandemon Junction. It is the money Shell paid Masoji that he used to build Masoji estate. I have to call the UPU president, the Udu president general, see what is happening. They want to carry this project away. Call your people, settle them. Even if they build it in another person's place that has no oil, let's behave like the mother that has the child. Let us say, don't divide the child. Even if I send a message, am I talking to somebody? Recently wanted to fight because of a company coming. Most of those who we fight, they don't have qualification to work there. I had to call my brother. He put me on a conference call with the chief of staff to the governor. It is through his call that I made that the issue was solved. If not, Uwe and Urhobo Kupari will have been killing themselves over a company that will come to their community. Thank God for the new president general of Urhobo community. He has gone to Urhobo Kupari community. He has gone to Urhobo and told them, I am married from here. We will not fight each other. Let us settle amicably. Sir, I want to thank you. You are a great mariner. I want to thank you, my brother. I want to thank you for that call you placed immediately to solve that problem. So, Urhobo nation must learn to live together. Urhobo must learn to be not only by mouth, but it must be by action. The next issue is our political leaders at different levels. They must make sure they unite to bring state and federal projects to Urhobo land. I must commend Chief James Onanefe for projects that he started and completed and are currently being enjoyed by deltas, even though they are in Urhobo land, deltas and non-deltas. I also want to commend Chief Obioma Agege for the institutions he brought to Urhobo. It will be very parochial, narrow-minded, and wicked of you to say you cited them all in Urhobo. When it is your turn, cite them in your community. As you cite in your community, I cite in my community, Urhobo nation will progress. Don't criticize what you cannot do. I want to commend Chief John, Honorable John Onejaharu, who brought the National Institute of Transportation Technology to a full top. 1 acre in that place was 400,000. I got them then. Today, half an acre opposite that place is 7 million because of that school. I attracted a paint manufacturing company to a full top. I brought one of the biggest fish plants to a full top. I'm currently attracting investors from all over the world to between Efroto and Ube. We are opening a totally new city between Efroto and Ube. And the people buying are from the diaspora. This is an Efroto man, you confirm what I'm saying. Mama Olori, the people buying are from Japan, China, Italy. So between Ube, just using my social media platform, we are opening a totally new city. And I'm building a tertiary institution there. Let the people not only be rich in Lagos, let them not be rich in Kano, let them not be rich overseas. You carry our money down and build house in Lagos. When you die, they bring your dead body here. We will throw you away one day. Urhobo land is not a cemetery. Don't live all your life outside. Then when you die, your children come and tie wrapper and spray money on us. We are not fools. Develop the land. Are you with me? I'm 65. If you add 15 years to me, I'll be 80. The last project I'm going to do before I leave this world is a specialist hospital in Ubiemila. I'm a medical doctor. My wife is a nurse. My son is an orthopedic surgeon and traumatologist. My daughter-in-law is a cardiologist. We are a medical family. It won't be hard to establish. Instead of our people traveling to Benin for orthopedic surgery, my son will be there to do that. We will bring our friends to come and treat people there, treat their eyes. That is how to be an Urhobo man. That is the mentality we must have if Urhobo must progress. The next thing is intentional mentoring. Reverend Samson Bojo, younger brother of Adelabu Bojo, I met him when his shoe was open. I told him to go and sew his shoe. I've been mentoring him for years. Any mission, when he wanted to go to South Africa, I gave him my connections, he went. I took him with me to Kenya, to Madagascar, to these other places. Today, the things I wear, he buys them for me. Chisco Motors, Costaris Motors, and Innocent Motors, they were in the same shop, sleeping together. It is Philip Maduka that mentored Costaris Maduka, that mentored Innocent Motors. Today, all of them are multi-millionaires. Because one man mentored them. Urhobo, the tendency of oppressing each other. If Urhobo, I want your motor, bust you on your money. It has not made any person great. My principal got his PhD from Fokri yesterday. I called him. I said, you are here now with first degree teaching. I'm going to send my children overseas. Then they will come back, they will come with PhD. I don't want you to answer yes, sir. Go to school. I paid his first year PhD to defend the project. I gave him another $1 million. Today he's a doctor. If he stands by me, I call him Dr. Raymond Orogun-Ube. People will be wondering the kind doctor I am, whether he's a doctor from heaven. Am I talking to somebody? But for us to do well in mentoring, have character. Service people, not with bad mouth and rebellion. If an Urhobo is in the mechanic, if he comes with a flogging, Obe Farere, small body no be sickness here. And so when we want to build houses, we bring people from Togo, we bring people from Yoruba land. In my schools, the most dependent people are Igbo people. The Urhobo people in my school always find fault. If you bring them, it is what they can steal that they will look for. Our children, our youth must deliberately, intentionally be willing to be mentored. I'll finish. I kept telling you, I will do 2 minutes here. You don't want to listen to them? I will go and grab the microphone and go. I will drop the microphone and go. Please can't sit down. We must harness the gas being fed in Urhobo to generate electricity. We can create energy hubs, industrial hubs in Urhobo, and Jeremy axis. Another one, Afisere, Ofoma, Eromi Kopari, Odobi axis. Another one, Eroike, Kokori, and Urhobo axis. This will bring industrialization and investment to our state, our nation. The next thing is that the moribund industries like bitter glass. I consulted with Ebenezer Urhobo when he was commissioned with Barrister Pedro. How we could reactivate the Midwest glass industry. We got Chinese who were willing to open that place, but nobody responded. If we open our moribund industries, at the same time, a committee should be set up that will help our private industry. Score is there. Sparkling is there. Sky beer is there. We can bring investors that will make these things functional again. Our local government chairpersons and legislators must make effective use of our local government funds and invest in industries that we have the raw materials, potato, peanut in Urhobo axis, rice mill, this could be in Urhobo, we can grow rice, potato, poultry in Otaino, meeting in Agbara, our kings and president generals must stop this retrogressive and illegal collection of development credits in their kingdoms. We can't want to develop a place and then youths that we are supposed to employ will come and start giving us wahala. It must end. It is illegal. I want to talk about our family businesses. Then I am done. I will send the message to the President General via WhatsApp and he can share it with you. What happened to all the Urhobo businesses of the 60s? They are dead. Once the man dies, Agaruku, the businesses are dead. If all these businesses were existing, Urhobo would have gone far. All the trading stores, they were not better than Pick and Pay. We must revisit our inheritance laws. Ọmọ pákódé lọ́mọ ṣàlùmá fún ẹ. Ọmọ tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ́mọ rọ́rọ́ fún ẹ. Yóò sùn company. They give scholarship to 27,000 people. It's a woman that is leading it. This Agaruku, the man dies, they tear it aside. I'll do this and I need it. Now listen, let us establish trust funds. Rolex is a trust. Kilo is a trust. Before you die, establish a trust in such a way that your company can continue without you will be paying your children dividends. God bless you and remain your teacher.
Standing ovation. Even the President General of the UPU is standing and you are sitting down. You are sitting down while your President General is standing. It's an aberration. Thank you. you very much. Thank you very much. The time now
sit down, gentlemen. You will bring that paper here. Don't you know that paper is loaded? Where is our brother doctor? Where is he? Okay, come now. We formally hand it over to me.
Yes.
And then let the press people, this is going to be our working document.
Yes.
Is this not our working document?
Yes.
That's okay. We should be seeing you from time to time. Everything you said here is in order. So you deserve another round of applause. No, don't talk again. No, you talk too much. No. I've done this. We thank you for everything. You see, we are very, very blessed. Urhobo Nation is blessed to have people like you. When the youth people, they had their own conference here, I was surprised. When the guest lecturers came from all the nooks and crannies, they were spitting fire. They were spitting fire. So I told the Ben Kuro, Assistant Secretary, to look for somebody with a contrary view so that you can come here and spit fire. And you have done just that. You deserve another round of applause. No, don't talk again. Yes.
I mean, what time I say time? I mean, time now
I cannot regret it.
Apoki.
Don't use that word that you said you want to say something about the king. Don't tell me that I will not regret it. We are already thanking you. But it's not just to say you should say something. I thank you for everything that you have said. So you will not Urhobo. I'm not to say you go Urhobo.
Your Majesty, really, I want to know or Yaro Yarikam, every million in our capital. The Kaki 1 million.
Another round of applause.
Yeah, you will tell the unity.
Cannot the unity.
Towards the completion of Urhobo Cultural Center. This one here in Urhobo Gabaro, Aramati Apoki, 1 million naira. Everybody go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
My brother.
As the party